Okay friends, what we are going to do today is to test this motorcycle, or actually I have been testing it for quite a while now, this season. This is the Tenere 700 Rally. I will have a voiceover of the video clips and go through my thoughts and ideas about the bike. Let's test it, and there will be voiceover of all the testing I have done so far, and a little bit more because I'm going to continue testing it out now. And yeah, enjoy. I really love the Tenere as it is. The standard one is really nice. The geometry on it and everything, the engine is a real gem on these bikes. They are really good. Yamaha has made something amazing there, you know. Anyway, we're going to test the Tenere 700 Rally as it comes out of the showroom now. And here's my thoughts about it. It comes with an aluminium chain guard, which is better than stock, which is really good because when you are riding it, you can hear this clatter every now and again. This is because I try to run it with a little bit too much slack on the chain to see if I can hear it, and you can. You get signal from the aluminium chain guard, so that's pretty good. It gives a good indication actually while you're riding. Other than that, you will also get LED blinkers, which is always nice. It looks way better, and yeah, it's you have one less thing to carry, you know, bulbs. You also get a really nice bash plate on it. I really like that one. It's kind of good for what it's designed to do. To go off-road with it. That's very nice. You'll also get a very nice guard for the radiator, which is really good when you go off-road, because of stone chips and everything will not destroy your radiator, and that's very helpful. You will also get a acropovic muffler. This is not critical or anything like that, but it actually loses the same amount of weight as the bash plate increases the weight. How's that? So you have the same weight. Now the final thing with the bike, it has the rally seat, and the rally seat it's quite a bit taller than stock. The standard seat is, I think, 30 millimeters. You have a 30 millimeter lower height to the ground from your legs. Seat, you actually have a room for a full toolkit under the seat, and you also have room for. I have room for everything. Most of the things I need. I don't have the air pump under there because I did before, but now I have the piggyback ECU there, so I have that in my bags on the crash bars now. But other than that, it's a full toolkit under, you know. So yeah, that's the difference with the Rally and the standard model. So my thoughts about it is, if you do go off-road, I'm not talking about going on easy, you know, on tarmac and then some nicely maintained gravel roads. That's because that is actually not off-road. That's just riding on a gravel road. There's no need to have a Tenere 700 Rally. There's no need to have a big bash plate. There's no need for all these things which is included in the Rally version. However, if you do ride the bike harder on gravel and on poorly maintained gravel, and you know, with some loose rocks and stuff like that, you know, the radiator guard is going to benefit you a lot if you do some long journeys, and you know. Anyway, the protection which is now built into the bike from over the standard makes it easier. And if you go off-road and you obviously do a lot of up and down sitting, and you know, and you do shift your weight on the seat a lot and all that, all these added things on the Rally is actually worthwhile having. I really think so. I think you will. Anyone who is in that situation would just think, yeah, it's cheaper than buying the parts and putting them on afterwards. So I love that. that was my likes of the bike. Now let's talk more about the dislikes with the bike, because no bike is perfect. I really don't think so. My gripes with the bike was first of all the really bad foot pegs. Shifting around and everything, they were too small. They didn't do the support they were supposed to do, and they were actually slippery as well. You know? So I really hated them, so I got rid of them pretty quickly. Another thing is I do live in Norway, and it's pretty cold here. That cold translates straight into your fingers, and you get so cold on your hands, it's not fun at all. So I got heated grips for it. That was quite important for me, and to top that off, I also got the bark busters to protect my hands and the levers, and also better wind protection and better overall look and feel and everything on the bike. And then another thing I really disliked with it was the levers. You know, they are too long, so I use 2 fingers when I pull the clutch and brakes, and if I have 2 fingers left on the handlebar, it actually crashed into my fingers, and it wasn't very nice. So I needed to get some shorty levers, and I bought that, and I bought fully adjustable ones, so that was much better. And then another really dislike I had with the bike was the clutch. Because the clutch was engaging and disengaging over very short distance, and because of this, it was hard to feather out the clutch when you were doing some different moves on the bike, and it also was a little bit hard when you were doing this for a long time. So what I did was to get a 1-finger clutch for it. That was really what I really disliked with the bike first of all. And then when I rode it even more and had a lot of fun with it, and I rode 2 up and also alone, and I started pushing the bike harder and harder in the curbs and everything, because I got used to it. And one thing I noticed was it wasn't, what can I say, it wasn't very good in the curves in one way. You know, it was kind of wobbly. It wasn't giving you the confidence in when you're hitting the curves really hard. It was just not giving me the confidence I felt I needed in those curves. The tires and everything were better than the suspension. And also when I start going harder, because I got used to it and feeling more confident on the bike, and start going harder on the off-road with it, the suspension was bottoming out. So I understood I had to do something with that. So I went in and calculated my weight and everything. I have a video of this, how to do it, if you don't know how to do it. I highly recommend you to go in and do the calculation on your bike for your weight and your riding style and what you are riding, because then you get the correct spring rate, the correct oil level, and the correct viscosity of oil. So that's highly recommended. Anyway, so I changed that, and that's the major gripes I had with the bike. Everything else I was actually really happy with. Okay, so let's go over to part 2 of this video, and the part 2 of this video I am going to talk about how the bike performs after I had done the upgrades. Now the foot pegs goes by itself. It's not too much to talk about other than the new foot pegs. They really stick good to my feet, they support me good and everything. I'm really happy with them. The ones I got is the Camel Adventure pegs. I'm quite happy with them. They're really grippy and really good. I like them a lot. I'm going to an event where they are going to have the twin pegs. I'm probably going to test them and see how they feel like, but I don't see the need for changing any the pegs as I have it now. The clutch, all that stuff works really nice. I mean, when you have the 1-finger clutch, you can really feather the clutch. You can really work on it nice. It's really, really good. I want to talk a bit about the suspension, and I can talk a lot about the suspension actually, because the suspension was a game changer on this bike. When I've changed the spring on the rear shock is just perfect for me now. I wouldn't do much more to this at all. For the way I ride it now, and how I push the bike now, and how I push myself now, my level on the bike is not on a level, and I'm not pushing the bike so much that I actually need anything more. And I think I can probably ride it maybe for the rest of the lifespan of the bike with me, or maybe not. I don't know, but certainly it will be plenty good enough for a long time in the future. Now, when we're talking about this, the front suspension is also, when you brake, it doesn't dive like before. It doesn't dive like a Stuka bomber. It soaks up the bumps perfectly nice, and that because you have a harder spring. It's harder that spring than if you go to a website and you see, oh, you should buy, and it says X spring for your weight, which is too soft in front and too hard in the back. I don't know why they do that a lot, but what you have to do to make this work is to have the right oil level in the fork and also the right viscosity. When you do this, it's going to change the whole bike completely. I mean, I can go as fast as you won't believe how fast I can hit a curve now, and it doesn't bother the bike at all. There's no unsureness on the bike. It just is so stable. It's amazing how to go. Also, when you go off-road with it, when you do on really bumps and really uneven stuff and rocky and all that, it just eats it all. And I done some just by purpose, because I was testing it. So I don't recommend people to ride a bike like this, but I went very fast over some really bad stuff on the road. First I went slow. Slow is worse than fast often, but this one was so big because it was a rock slide. We went over the road there, and when I hit this on the bumps, you can see this. On a clip, I have a clip where you can see it. You can see the bike is actually 100% stable while the suspension is just working. Amazing. It's amazing, the suspension, after I did this. But anyway, I've been trying it a lot of places and a lot of situation, and I can definitely not tell anyone how much it changed this bike. You should try it to actually, comprehend the changes it has done to the bike. What is also important on the rear shock is to get the right pressure of nitrogen into the shock when you do it. You're supposed to have 175, or I have to have 175 psi into it. That's more than it is supposed to be in stock. So you have to pressure it out up. And this is the combination of gas pressure, and the same with the level of oil in front, because the level of oil, as higher the level, as more air suspension you will get. You will get progressive air suspension on the fork. When you have a high level, you will get stiffer, and if it's lower, it's softer. So you put a stiffer spring in to take your load, and you don't have so much air spring as it is from stock. And the combination of these things and the viscosity makes it flow easier through the stack and everything, and that makes the suspension just beautiful. It is so good now. I have no intention of doing anything more with the suspension. I really love the bike. The bike is so good now. I have no words for it. If I wanted to do some upgrades on this bike, when I get it, if I started from scratch, I would do the foot pegs, I would do shorty levers, I would do I would do the one finger clutch for sure. I would do heated grips because I live in a cold area, and I would definitely do the suspension. Now, if your body weight is like 75 kilo, which is pretty much what the bike is set up for from the factory, I really don't have that weight. So for me, it's definitely I definitely had to do something about